Warm greetings to all my dear students. In today's video, we are going to discuss a very interesting and important topic, sensory perception. This topic is directly related to Unit 3 of Physiology, that is controlling and coordinating systems, especially Physiology of Special Senses. We have already studied sensory neurons and their physiology. So now to clearly understand interoception, it is important to know its definition, properties, and the physiological basis from which it originates. Many students find this part confusing, but don't worry, by the end of this video all connections will be clear to you. This topic is not only conceptually important but also very relevant from an examination point of view. So let's get started, and I hope all you are preparing well and staying focused for your UG third semester examination. So there are two words, that is sensation and perception in sensory perception. So first is sensation. What is sensation? That is the detection of stimuli. And what is perception? That is the interpretation of those sensation. That sensation collected by the specialized cells that can detect the specific stimuli, and those are receptors. What is receptors? Receptors are proteins that detect the signals or the ligands and trigger cell responses, and those are present, as we all know, that in the target cell. Also, these are the sensory nerve endings, and those are the afferent nerve endings that terminate the periphery as bare unmyelinated endings and in the form of specialized capsulated structures, and it functions like transducer that converts one form of energy to another, and it is called as the action potential in the nerve fiber. So in all together, if you'll see in this diagram, that there are many stimuli like sight, sound, smell, taste, and texture. So these are stimulation. Okay, it can be your extracellular, it can be intracellular, whatever it is. So all these are stimulation. So here most of the things, and you can say all things are related to the extracellular only, and these are the stimulation, those are sensed by yourself by through the sensory receptors. Okay, and then your brain will interpret that and make a perception that what it is. Understood? So in example, if we take one example, then if sound hit the ear, okay, then vibrations are generated, and those are received by the audible receptors and through in your ear, and send the message to the brain, and finally the brain will decide that whether it will be a sound of music, whether it will be a sound of a person, or whatever it is. Likewise, if the light waves hit the eyes, then the photoreceptors in that is present in eyes, those collect the light waves and send the signal to the brain, and finally you can decide that whether it is an apple or an object or whatever it is. Examples of sensory perceptions are visual perception, like we can see through it; auditory perception, we can sense the sounds; olfactory perception, we can smell; gustatory perception, that we can taste; tactile perception, that we can touch and sense it; next to it, that is the proprioception, nociception, interoception. What are these? Proprioceptions means that is the balance of your body, how it occurs; nociception, that is the perception related to the pen receptors; and interoception, that is the interpretation of stimulation from the internal environment of the body, and it is located within the internal organs and tissues. As we have studied in the cell biology chapter about the receptors, like the GPCRs, we have studied it, that is the guanine protein coupled receptors. Okay, so by location and mechanism, the types of the receptors are cell surface receptors, those are embedded in the plasma membranes; GPCRs, ligand gated ion channels, those are the neurotransmitters. Enzyme linked receptors, kinase or phosphorylation, that is the ATP synthesis. Next, internal receptors are there for the steroid hormones. Okay, so by the function and the stimulus type, those are the sensory receptors. Those are mechanoreceptors, chemoreceptors, thermoreceptors, photoreceptors, nociceptors. Okay, so mechanoreceptors are those can detect the mechanical pressures or physical distortion like touch, blood pressure, sound. Okay, next, chemoreceptors, those can sense, as the name suggests, the chemoreceptors can sense the chemical stimulations. Those are the pH, ions, metabolites, taste, smell. Okay, next, the thermoreceptors can sense the temperature changes. Those are the hot, cold, warm. And next to it, that is the photoreceptors that can detect light, photons. Those are present in the retina of the eyes. And the last one is the nociceptors. Those can detect the painful stimuli, and those are also known as the pain receptors. All are interlinked, so don't get confused. So now we will understand what the perception is. Okay, in physiology, it is the brain's active process of organizing and interpreting and making sense of raw sensory data, like what we are seeing or what we can recognize of a face or an object, and making a meaningful experiences through it. Okay, so this is perception, that what you are sensing, whether you are sensing right or properly or not. Actually, I'm giving you the broader view of this proper sensory perception, and you need to choose from the syllabus that from which topic, from which part. Okay, some are from the exteroception, some are from the interoception, some are from the proprioception. So you need to find out after completing this video. Okay, so the two category that is divided on the basis of the origin of the stimulation that body detects the perception is categorized into exteroception and interoception. So like the word says, that exteroception is those are originating from the external environment, and those senses provide the information about the world around you, means the external world. Okay, but in case the interoception, those are located within the internal organs and tissues and interpret the stimulation from the internal environment of the body. Those are interoception. When we will discuss the types of extero and interoception, then you can clearly understand that what belongs to which perception. Let's discuss the exteroception first. So, as its name suggests, the stimuli originate from the external environment of the body, and it is divided into the cutaneous receptors, chemoreceptors, and telereceptors. You can see in the screen. So, what do you mean by cutaneous receptors? That the receptors present in the cutaneous part, means in the skin. Okay, so if you look at the diagram of the skin, then you can locate the Misner corpuscle, Merkel disc, Pacinian corpuscles. Okay, the cross and bulb, Ruffini and organ, free nerve endings are there. Parts of where the receptors are present, through which you can sense the touch, pressure, cold, warmth, and pain. Togetherly, you can name the cold and warmth as the thermoreceptors, by which you can feel the cold and warmth, hot and cold, and those receptors sensing the temperature changes. Through the pain receptors, means if you are sensing any pain or any damage to your body, that means the pain receptors are working there, means touch is normal. Okay, but what if someone is handshaking with you, and he or she just um, press little harder, then you will feel pain. So at that time the pain receptors are working. Okay, cold warmth, if it is too much of cold or too much hot in that particular region, and you can sense, then the pain receptors are working. Means if someone is pinching you and it become really harder, then the pain receptors are working. So in all over the receptors, if something very damaging to your body and any disturbed condition arises in your body, then the pain receptors are working. Okay, then come to the chemoreceptors, that is the taste buds and olfactory receptors are there, that can sense the taste and smell. Now under the telereceptors there is vision and hearing. Means even if it is far away from you, and also you can hear and can see the object or any sound. So that's why it is called as the telereceptors. Hope you all understands about the exteroreceptors. Now come to the part of interoceptors. Likewise, the stimulation of the internal environment of your body and overall body awareness depending upon the interoceptors. Okay, and now again it is divided into visceroreceptors and proprioceptors. So what is it? Visceroreceptors means, or visceroceptors means, sense of the internal state of body's organ, those are the viscera, and it includes the perceiving, interpreting, integrating the signals. Okay, many conditions in one moment, if you are sensing, that means those are received by the visceroceptors. Okay, another one is what? That is the proprioception, that is the body's sense of its own position, movement, balance. Okay, without constant visual input. Means if I'm asking you to touch your nose by closing your eyes, you can, and it is under the continuous feedback loop between the sensory receptors in the body and the nervous system, and it allows the automatic adjustments and coordination. Means if you are dancing and showing some moves, then after practicing, your body knows where to rest and where to act, and after that your body can uh, sense its own position and make you stable and adjust your body posture. Okay, so now we are in the point of some receptors and situation that we can properly understand. Receptors like stretch receptors, baroreceptors, chemoreceptor, osmoreceptors are present. So these are acting in which situation? Let's see. The stretch receptors are in the heart. Okay, next baroreceptors, those are present in the blood vessels. Means blood pressure is high or low, that can be detected. Next chemoreceptors are present in the GI tract. Next osmoreceptors are present in the urinary tract or brain. Next here you can see in the proprioceptors, that is the receptors like muscle spindles, Golgi tendon organ, Pacinian corpuscles, that next free nerve endings, hair cells, those are all under the proprioceptors. So due to the muscle, tendon, ligament, your body can adjust yourself. Okay, so muscle spindles, those are present in the muscle. Golgi tendon organs, those are present in the tendons, and Pacinian corpuscles, those are the receptors present in the ligament, and free nerve endings, those are present in the joints. Hair cells, those are present in the vestibular apparatus, and mainly that balance your body in every situation, whether you spin, run, and work in that situation, your body balance itself. I hope you can understand and can find out that what belongs to which part of your syllabus. These are the basics, and later on we will discuss individual topic of this unit. Okay, so till then, revise all your units that already completed and prepare well. If you have any doubt, then feel free to ask. If you like this video, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.